So I'm 34 years old, you guys, and I live in a van. Yeah, dude. Amazing, yeah. People always ask me, dude, they're like, what's it like to live in a van? If you want to know, go into any room in your house, shut the door. Now live in that. And then when you're like, this sucks, I want out, you can't. Now, I'm in like a super weird age to be living in a van because I'm in my like mid-30s. So it's like, you know, I'm too old to be like the 20-year-olds that are like flip-flopping in their board shorts, like van life. But I'm too young to be like the old people who like missed out on their whole life. So they're like, we bought a van to try and make up for lost time. So now I'm just in this weird middle ground where people are like, he's poor, you know? I mean, that's how they used to look at me. But now with inflation and these gas prices, oh, dude, people look at me like I'm loaded. Yeah. They're like, check out Mr. Bezos over there in his land yacht. Yeah, cruising, buddy. Dude, so it's so fun. Like, I didn't always live in a van. I used to own a house, and it sucked, dude. They're like so expensive, and like shit's always breaking. It was like the fridge would quit, the roof was leaking. My house was the only thing I know of that had more problems than me. Yeah. So I sold it, bought a van. Turns out all the problems a house can have, yeah, so can a van. And now your problems follow you. Which is a nice feature about a house, you guys. It's always where you left it, right? Dude, last summer my van got impounded. It was so embarrassing. I had to call my mom, and I was like, Mom, you're never gonna believe this, but I live in a gated community now. It's so fun. I live in my van with my dog, Finley. He's a little chocolate lab, dude. Oh, I love him. He's a sweetheart, man. He's the best. But because he's a lab, he like sheds all the time. So I always have to like lint roller my clothes. And I think lint rollering your clothes in front of your dog is like taking your wedding ring off in front of your wife, you know? Because he's just looking at me and he's like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, are you going to see other dogs or something? You don't want him knowing you got a good dog at home? And that's my favorite game to play with my dog. It's like I just look at him and I go like, what are you thinking, you know? It's the best. And it's like, I think both of us think each other are weirdos, you know? Because I'm like, he must think I'm weird that I like follow him around and like pick up his poo, right? He's like, why does he do that? But at the same time, like I think he's weird because he cleans up my puke, you know? So, who's to say who the weird one here is, right? Yeah. Now, I always think it's funny with dogs, because we love them so much, but like they've done nothing. Like my dog hasn't said a word in 13 years, you know? And we just love them. Like if that was your partner, they would be the most deadbeat partner of all time, right? Like you go to work all day, you come home and they're just sitting there like, hey, what's for dinner? By the way, I shit on the floor. But we just love them so much. And I've come up with like 2 reasons why I think we love dogs so much. And the first reason is they rarely complain, right? Like my dog, he can be like 3 a.m., he could be in a dead sleep. I could walk over to him, just smack him in the belly and be like, get up, we're going. And he's like, whoa, sorry, Dad, what are we doing? And I'm like, you do that to a friend? He's gonna have at least 3 questions for you, right? He's gonna be like, why did you hit me? Where are we going? And why are you naked? Now, the other reason why we love dogs is because we have such low expectations of them, right? Like my dog can do the most pedestrian a task. Like if I only have to call him 3 times and he comes, I'm like, wow, Finley, you're so smart. You're just so smart. That compared to what, a stapler? Like, if that was your kid, he'd be a moron, you know? 13 years old, barely knows his name, can't sit still, shits in the house. You're like, what are you doing? No, it's funny because I live with my dog in my van. My buddies, every time I come home, my buddies are always like, dude, you must like pick up so many chicks, like touring around the country in your van with your dog doing comedy. Like, let me give you guys a little tip, okay? If you want to pick up chicks, I'm like, don't quit your job, sell your house, and then move into one on wheels, okay? Do you know how hard it is to get a girl into a white van? Yeah, with tinted windows. Like, they've been warned about this their whole life. And I'm like, but don't worry, miss, there's a puppy inside. Like, that's what the kidnappers say. Although I will tell you, ladies, I did think it was gonna be easy to get a girlfriend, because when I go online and all the girls' online profiles, they're like, I love travel and camping and adventure. Like, then get in the van.